Hi friends, Pamela Quinn, Elemental Ohm. I'm at my home in my backyard next to my pond, which is my favorite place in the world. You may have noticed I kind of need to be large and in charge. So you might think, oh, she's Pitta dosha. And I am. I'm pretty balanced Vata Pitta dosha. And, when I'm running around like a lunatic, I'm out of balance. So for me, to sit by a pond every day is really cooling and healing. So if you can't have a pond, might suggest you get a fish, like a betta fish, and put it in a little bowl. But that's not what I want to talk to you about today. What I want to talk to you about today is my beginner series coming up. I'm so excited about it. So the whole team has worked together really hard to create something absolutely amazing for you. Elemental Ohm, we like to work with that population that's over 40, maybe having some situations. We have a lot of people in our studio in their 70s even, and they're like, bugs. They're like moving through yoga beautifully and gracefully. They're even in vinyasa flow. So we want to empower you in your practice with this series. So you're going to see great class editions, great times. I'm teaching a lot of them myself. What I want to do is really also get you to understand that yoga is a spiritual practice. It is not a physical practice, although parts of it seem very physical. So if you're just going to yoga and just sticking your foot between your hands and getting a great workout and stuff, you're really missing out on the depth and the richness of yoga. Yoga means union to yoke. My teacher, Mark Whitwell, says it means relationship, and I really like that. So it's your relationship to everything. It's your relationship to your mind, to your body, to your husbands and wives and children. So what we do in yoga is we move the body, of course, and the body becomes a vehicle for this breath. And the breath is really what creates that yoking mechanism between the body and the mind, so that the mind can get really still and quiet. So there's this amazing sage called Patanjali, and he was also an Ayurvedic practitioner, but he codified yoga, and he codified it in a way that made sense to him, and he's very clear, this is my opinion, but it's so good. He did this 2,000 years ago. It's so good that yogis kind of are like, yeah, this little code of conduct, the 8 limbs of yoga, actually is really working out pretty well for me. And so that's what I want to teach you. I want to teach you the asana. So I want to teach you to move. And when you're moving, you get put in these amazing, what we call mudras. They're energy seals. So you're literally in a geometric pattern that communicates energetically to the universe. And it's interesting to note, and we talked about this in teacher training, that a lot of people will start coming to yoga, like they'll just go to the gym, like a fitness studio somewhere, and they'll start, their life is great. They're happy, they got money, they got a partner, they got kids, they're down, everything's wonderful in their life. And then they'll start going to just yoga, fitness yoga, and their whole life will start to change as all these karmas, all this scarring, all this stuff starts to come up. And it's so interesting. And if that's where they leave it, they're going to be in trouble. So what they need to do is they need to add that breath practice to settle the mind. And then they need to understand there's a whole code of conduct for yogis. So there is a way to live. There's a way to live personally. There's a way to live culturally. And it really is set up just so that you don't create so much drama. I call it drama karma, right, in the life. And it's beautiful. And then we have this process of coming into ourselves, withdrawing our senses. And that's so important for our culture today, because we have to settle down. We have to slow down. Anxiety, depression, obesity are all at epidemic states in America, because, and probably worldwide, it's definitely growing worldwide, because of the way we're living. We're like running like lunatics, and we're doing, and we forgot how to be. So that's what that is how do we learn to be? How do we sit through the so intense discomfort of not doing anything? How do we let ourselves get bored, right? Then there's a process of one-pointed focus. So can I bring my mind consciously, continuously back to one thing and just focus on what's before me? All this multitasking we're doing, not healthy at all. And it is adding to our stress, our anxiety, and our depression. And then there's the process of actually being in that meditative state, being in this continuous flow of consciousness with one point of focus. And then ultimately there's what we call samadhi. It's bliss. It's ecstatic union with the divine. So why do we do yoga? We do yoga as a spiritual practice to still the thinking mind so that we can connect to truth, whatever truth is, And in yoga, we don't want to scare you. We don't want to be like, oh, you're joining a cult or something. You're not, The idea is you are bringing your own values, your own belief systems to your yoga mat, and those are welcomed in the yoga room. But to be perfectly honest with you, it's about breaking down your belief systems. It's about breaking down the way you think. It's about expanding your consciousness. So if you only know what you've ever known, you'll never change, right? Like you're missing out. You can't see what's really here, and it causes suffering. So that's what yoga about. And that is what this beginner series is about as well. So I want to teach you to meditate. I want to teach you to move the body gracefully through any yoga class. Of course, I want to get your hips open. I want to deal with your injuries and your pains. I want to help you with your emotional state. I want you to come in and say, hey, I'm depressed and I need to practice for that, or I'm anxious, or I'm sad, or whatever it is. Let's get through all that stuff. And then I want to empower you so desperately to just try all the other classes. So the pass is $47. It's for 28 days, so you get 3 classes a week. Of course, I want you in the beginner series, right? But I've made it 3 classes. I did that with a lot of intent because I would like for you to realize that you can do other classes and then look at the schedule and be like, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try Urban Zen. I'm going to try Kundalini. I'm going to try Restoration. I'm going to try Vinyasa Flow. I want to see what it feels like to get a little hot and sweaty. I want to do some of the fitness classes and move my body in that level too. So that's what it's all about. It starts on July 27th, and the pass activates. There's no prorating. If you miss a class, you miss a class, la-di-da-da-da. It's a great value, guys. And then we'll do it again in August. If you're a member, you can drop into everything. You know that. We love members. Everybody should be a member. And then what else? Oh, yeah, and if you just want to drop in, it's $16 or $20 to drop in. Kundalini, is $20. So I think that's it for today. I thought this was fun. Look, I'm all etheric. Oh, I'm human. Oh, I'm all etheric. Just having fun. Okay, you guys have a great day. I'm off to file my sales tax. I love the business of yoga. All right, love you. Bye.